So, of course, the pitching mechanics is not the only factor talking about how the injury happens. Okay? There are many different factors, but the one thing that a lot of people talk about is now about the pitch count.
好，当然，身体的投球动作不会是造成伤害的唯一的可能，不会是唯一的来源，所以一定有其他来源。那第二个我们要讨论就是所谓投球数的问题。
And then this is happening for several years in the U.S. that we have a pitch count limitation from the elementary school, junior high school, and then the high school level. So age-specific pitch count per day. And then if you exceed that pitch count, you have to rest for 4 days. So that's actually the regulation set by the organization.
在几年前开始，美国的这个棒球联盟不同年龄层棒球联盟开始针对不同年龄段的选手的投手设了投球数的限制，就是说你在单场的投球，如果投的超过它的限制的时候，你必须要休息，而且呢必须休息4天才能够投下一场比赛。
And then I know in Japan, specific to high school, now there's a lot of discussion about should we also implement pitch count for Japanese, because a lot of the Taiwanese baseball fans know about Japanese high school baseball, very popular. And then in the past, people like Matsuzaka are throwing over 200 pitches in one day, and then next day he comes back and then throw 180 pitches. Okay, that was just a crazy amount of pitch count for those teenage athletes.
那日本现在也开始有一股风潮在讨论说，到底这样的投球数的限制是不是应该在日本也必须要来导入？因为我们知道，像日本的选手田中将大，过去在青少年时期有一场比赛可以投200颗，隔天还可以投100多、180几颗。那像这个情况也让，因为美国开始做这个限制之后，日本也在思考说，是不是考虑应该要把这个限制也在日本的联盟里面做这样的规范。
So we talk about pitching mechanics can be a one factor for injury, and then of course, it does not actually matter what kind of pitch you throw. A lot of people used to think that the curveball, throwing too many curveballs is going to put the stress. Research is showing that it does not matter what kind of pitch. As long as you have a high pitch count, that leads to overuse injury.
好，有一个非常重要的观念跟大家分享。过去我们很多人说，哦，就是太早投变化球，所以你就受伤。根据所有的科学研究显示，投什么球都没关系。只要你的 pitch count 呢超过一定的数量，你就可能受伤。相反的，如果你的 pitch count 你投球数限制的有控制的话，你投什么球变化球都没有问题。重点是投球数，而不是投什么球。
So talking about pitching mechanics, okay, talking about pitch count, okay, a lot of the coaches and of course the parents ask me how to prevent this, okay, and then this is where our expertise comes for training for those teenage athletes.
那我们谈到投球技师、投球动作，再来第二个谈到投球数的问题。那很多教练或选手会问说，或者是家长说，那怎么办啊？怎么避免这些情况？那我们接下来跟大家说明。
And many people who are watching know by now that before we work with any athletes, the first thing we always do is do any type of body assessment and then physical evaluation, because we need to know the baseline of each athlete.
那我相信很多的观场有在注意 P-Force 的这些朋友们都知道，我们在跟任何一个选手、客户合作的一开始呢，一定会先做所谓的身体检测，透过身体检测了解这个客户、这个选手的身体的状态。
So we can look at any type of anatomical limitations. Okay? If you have any limitation, that can be a factor to cause mechanical misalignment of the pitching. So we do a lot of body assessment to make sure that they have a good mobility and stability. But in many cases, as I have checked so many baseball pitchers in Taiwan, not many people reach the standard.
好，一开始我们从解剖学的眼光来看这些动作就是说，我们透过这些动作的这个检测来看看你的身体目前的状态如何。那刚刚 Sato 也提到，以他过去在台湾做了这么多的棒球选手的身体检测的统计，看起来 绝大部分台湾的棒球选手没办法达到他心中的那个标准，这也代表着大部分台湾的棒球选手的目前的这个身体的状态是需要调整的。
And some of the viewers also know that we use technology like pushband for jump testing or any other testing with a pushband, and then we have a ballistic ball to measure velocity of the medicine ball throw. The reason why we use those is to test those athletes to have a baseline data to know their physical limitation factors.
那当然，我们用像 pushband 啊，量这个爆发力啊，我们也用药球量测它的一些不同的动作的这个不同的投掷状态下的动作的这个产生的结果。透过这些量测来看这些选手在生物的他的这个身体的目前的状态下所呈现的数值为何。
So if we know the anatomical limitation from body assessment, if we know some limitation from the physical aspect, we know how to design the training program specific to those athletes.
所以，如果我们从解剖学的角度看到你身体目前的限制，我们又从这个透过科技产品的量测来看到你目前的不同动作下面你所产生的数值，就可以做一个非常精准的一个训练的规划。
So now you know this by now on anatomical limitation and then the physical limitation. Okay, a lot of coaches ask me, "What's the best exercise for baseball players?" Now you see here. This determines what kind of exercise best for that particular athlete. Not as a baseball as a whole, but this really sets us to know what kind of exercise selection and then the training volume necessary for those pitchers.
很多的教练跟家长问达斯Sato说，什么是棒球选手最好的体能训练方法？那Sato呢，再次的强调呢，在回答这个问题之前，第一个，这个没有给全部人适用，一定是根据某一个特定人适用的。而这个特定人适用的这个前提是你了解他的解剖，从解剖学上面了解他的身体的这个限制条件，从这个量测上面看他目前的各种不同的数据的呈现的结果。你必须做这两个不同的测试之后，才能够针对这个个人做出最好的一个训练规划。